Again, welcome to everyone to our webinar from local to global strategies to grow your business. I'm delighted to have you all here today. Today, we're exploring the exciting journey of expanding your business regionally and globally, diving into topics like the pivotal roles of logistics, social media, and e-commerce. We're honored to have three distinguished guests with us today. Nada, she's the program director at DHL MENA, and an expert in SMEs and e-commerce and logistics. We've got Sara Mohanndi, founder of Hindami, and a Qatar-based online buyer store with a growing global reach. We've got Valeria Mazzei, founder of Venus Karma, an Italian entrepreneur successfully running an online business from Qatar. So let's dive straight into it. So if I can come to you first, Nada. Let me just have a little technical issue. If I come to you first, Nada, if I ask you the first one, can you explain the main benefits of nationalizing a business for SMEs, particularly in the e-commerce sector?
So thanks for that, Steve. So to start, I think internationalization can be quite a game changer for SMEs. So it really opens up a world of opportunities for them in terms of not only growth, but also diversification. So expanding into new markets beyond just the local one can really help SMEs tap into a much larger customer base, which of course boosts their potential for more revenue. And I think the key is when you operate into multiple markets, it really reduces your dependency on just that one local market, which means that if there's a particular market that is at risk of, facing economic or political instability, then that doesn't affect your business as much. So essentially going global, not only does it increase your reach, but it really also strengthens your business resilience.
I think I've been talking to quite a few of the customers from DHL, and the kind of things that happen with DHL is that you've got things that you could rely
on. Sorry, Steve, we can't hear you anymore.
I'm not sure why my sound's not working. I do apologize.
No problem.
Yeah, working now. I've talked to, in these last few days, I've talked to quite a few customers of DHL. And one of the things that strikes me is the reliability. You can have a parcel anywhere in the globe from the MENA region within 1 to 3 days, door to door. This can affect a business no end with that ability to do that. And your reach goes globally. Okay, if I go to Sara now, Sara, as someone who sells to buyers online, what challenges did you face when you decided to go global, particularly in the Gulf region, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, good morning, everyone, first of all. For me, as a challenges, because I started my business as a small shop, then in my village near to my home. It's like far from Doha. So I opened it for 1 year to test the market first here in Doha. Then I moved to here in Al Khor, I mean near my home. Then I moved to Doha when I start to know the business well. After I became a well-known here in Doha, and I tried hard to make Hindami well-known for everyone here in Qatar, I started to open my website, but I faced a problem with the companies because I wasn't have any idea about the prices of opening website, how it should be. Then I opened a website also for 1 whole year, but I received only two orders in the whole year. Then I try, because my abaya is not like 100, 200, it's above 500. So it's hard to to achieve to customers from GCC without knowing the quality of the abaya or seeing it by themselves. So this year I go to exhibitions in Riyadh and UAE.
I think we may have lost Sara just slightly. What we'll do is we'll go to you, Valerie, while she comes back online. Valerie, running an online business from Qatar, what motivated you to expand your business beyond the local borders and to the Gulf region? And what benefits have you experienced from an internationalization?
Good morning, everyone. It's a
Good
pleasure
morning.
being, and thank you for this question. So Venus Karma is my brand, and it started here in Qatar when I was just 16 years old. So it truly started from my bedroom, and for me, the most important thing at the time was to really be well known in Qatar first. So the motivation I had was to showcase my products to this new country that I just came 1 hour before I started my business. I was 15 and I just started to learn English as well. So everything was really new for me. But Venus Karma, the way it began, it was very emotional for me. And so I just decided to go with it. And I think that since the beginning, actually, because I'm from Italy, I have started to receive some requests also from outside Qatar since the very beginning. But for me, what was the most important starting the journey also with DHL was to import products as well. During 2020, we went quite viral here in Qatar because we were bringing in some vintage teacup candles made by artisans from Italy. And through that, we were able to support artisans during COVID. And thankfully, it went really viral here. And that was the first journey that I started also understanding the import and export operations with DHL or with a career in general. Mind, I was just 19, 20. And this started my exponential journey across the GCC to be known. So for me, from the beginning, was very essential to have a firm partner in this. And as I have an online business that is mainly based on Instagram and TikTok, I mean, we are followed by people from all around the world. So being able to be available globally has always been extremely essential. So for me was just a must to be able to be worldwide, and I'm able to achieve this actually through DHL, and we have been growing exponentially together.
And the best startups are always the ones that start in that back room, right? In the bedroom. It's always the best ones. Those are the ones that we can talk about. Those are the ones that have been, some of them have been the most successful ones when you see the people in the world today. And you deal with your products, but sometimes we underestimate how we get from all of a sudden going from a local perspective, then going to a global perspective. You underestimate those that big step. But I think that, and this isn't an advertisement for DHL. This is just to be able to provide you a solution that's a global basis, that's got outlets all over the world that can bring your products to those individual people. That's a huge step.
Exactly. And again, I feel like being globally available and being on social media, it ties together very well. And as we go viral with different products, our community also grows, and the community strengthen in the other countries if I'm able also to provide my product in the other countries. So it really worked out well for me to be able to be available, you know, and especially being able to provide a fast delivery, a fast shipping, because I do find customers asking for very quick shipping, that they don't want to wait, they want the product right now. And this is also a product of social media, wanting to have everything right now, so
But from my side, what it does is it kind of lets you focus on what you're best at, right? It lets you focus on running your business, and the logistics side of it becomes its second nature because you've got a great partner. If I could come back to you, Nada, I think we're just listening here from Sara, and it must be a really rewarding thing to listen to how businesses you're helping so many within the region. What are your unique selling points, and how do you help these SMEs the best possible way?
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Thank you, Valeria. I think Valeria touched base on a lot of those points. She mentioned speed, reliability, helping, boost her customer satisfaction. So those are like the solid sort of benefits. So when an SME is transitioning, as we said, from local to global, DHL can really help make that transition, smooth and seamless. So we look at, we connect SMEs to over 220 plus countries and territories. As Valeria mentioned, the speed and the reliability of actually the shipping, you ensure competitiveness for our SMEs because their customers are satisfied. And also I'll add to that, I think when you're navigating new markets, one of the challenges can be customs. And I think at DHL, we have a lot of experts that can really help you when it comes to those import and those export requirements, and really make the journey to launching into new markets sort of a lot easier. And obviously also then it really minimizes any delays when you're launching into new markets.
And exactly that. And as a business owner, a small business owner, a small and medium-sized enterprise, we've got so much to deal with. Is if we can find partners that can help us support us in those areas, it becomes also much easier. I don't know if Sara, are you back online now?
Yes, sorry for that.
No. Sara, you were talking about that your products are at a certain price, and now you're expanding. Just instead of just going from Doha, you're going to many different countries now.
Yes.
From your side of things, how important was it for finding the right logistics? And again, we're not doing an advertisement on DHL right now. It's their seminar. But how important was it to you for your growth to make sure that you get that logistics side of it right?
It was a very important because as Valeria mentioned that the speed is important for our customer. They are asking for having their product not after 1 month or 40 days or like this, or even 1 week. It's very good because most of my customers also from GCC, not from outside even, because I sell mostly abaya. So for JCC, I ship for them in the morning. They got it the next day. It's perfect, yani. Same as I'm delivering something from here from Doha to Doha. And also the business account that I opened for my new website was also easy. Like the price for the shipping is not too much comparing to other companies that will maybe have higher price, and the speed is not so fast for delivering.
Yeah, and it's just making sure that you can be that reliable partner, the person that your customers can rely on. If I can go to the second question now, and again, I'm going to go back to you, Nada. What are the biggest challenges that you see that SMEs face right now when it comes to logistics?
Just going to unmute myself, sorry. So I think the biggest challenges is as I mentioned, I see customs being one of them, and also understanding where to expand to next. And when DHL offers you that expertise and that knowledge that they've gathered through their other customers about, depending on your product, what is the easiest country to launch in next, I think that's very valuable information that you can share, with SMEs, and you provide that expertise so that they launch, but they also know what is the expectation when you're entering a new market, and that process is basically done in a seamless manner. So I think that the consultancy and also the expertise that comes from sales team or the customs team is really valuable for SMEs.
And just so that everybody knows that we're going to, in the end of January, February, we're going to be doing something specific on customs. So that's going to be really, really important that everybody knows. And one of the things that I like about what we're discussing today is the way that it's not easy. Getting transportation logistics from one place to another is not easy. And what you need to do is speed that process up. And that's what I love about what DHL does. Valeria, yeah, I can't believe that you started your business so young. It's like, I can't believe, and you must have had a host of experiences, but how important are those networks and partnerships that you've built over those years? How important have they been to the success of your business so far?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine for sure. I think that, yeah, as you mentioned, the number one factor that made it possible was to have a very supportive system around me, both personally and business-wise. That is why we were very selective with who to work with, and as well, being that young, I had to learn everything for the first time through my high school and my university years. So thankfully, I had someone around me to help me, definitely my mother, but also building a team that would be trustworthy in making sure that, for example, logistic would be done properly. Networking as itself was also a very primary key to help me push my business outside of my bedroom. Fortunately, I was able to use, again, social media to my advantage to make an impact and to go viral and to be known. There's still a long way to go, but if I could recommend something, is to really put yourself out there, because no one will come to look for you and find you. You are the one that has to create your own opportunities and knock to someone's door and say, I'm here, this is my product. And I mean, this is both an outdated thought of how to do business, but at the same time, it still remains a very key factor. Again, with social media, people come to you in your space, in your social media sphere, but as well, there's a lot of things that you need to do on social media to be out there for people to see you. So if I can just summarize, networking was extremely important for me, both online and offline.
And we're going to come on to social media very soon. There's a lot of people that love it. There's some people that hate it. But I think it's one of those things that we've all got to embrace. If we're in business, it's got to be a consideration. But if I can go back to you, Sara, right now, and talk to you about the challenges that you faced in your business and the kind of things that you had to overcome to get to where you are today.
Yeah, one of my challenges, as I mentioned before it's the connection. I lost the connection. That I have the prices of abaya comparing to GCC before shipping to them, as the price is higher than what they have there. So after I go for the exhibitions there and let the customer see the quality by themselves, then I started to have more orders from GCC, because they already know the quality and they saw it. And I started to build the correct websites to have it easy for order, easy for shipping, easy for payment. Then they have it. Then they start to order more than before. يعني, but it didn't start like that. يعني, after 4 years of opening the business, I start to have the orders from GCC.
Oh, wow. So it was quite a long period that it took to get to that stage.
Yeah, because I face a problem in building the website as well. I didn't choose the right one who to make for me the website. I was having an issue on the website. I didn't know anything about the IT. I don't have any idea about IT. That's why I face a whole year. I lose my money on this website for nothing. And then, alhamdulillah, I found the correct person who to do for me a better website to make it easier. I was afraid of going outside Qatar for exhibitions. I started this year to I said خلاص يعني it's the time to try at least to go outside. And alhamdulillah يعني everything is going well now.
Isn't it? It's so important to get each section of your business, whether it's logistics, whether it's social media, whether it's your website. It's so many different elements to get in control with, right? But once you get it in control, it seems to be automated, right? It seems to be the process seems to be really it's straightforward, but it takes so many years to get to that stage.
Yes.
It's great to hear your story, Sara, in the way that it took 4 years to get to a stage where you looked out just outside of Qatar, but it was all those hurdles that you had to overcome, which is fantastic, and I suppose it means so much to you now. If I can go back to Nada now, with the rise of e-commerce, how is DHL adapting to the needs of the SMEs, aiming to expand their reach globally?
Thanks, Steve. I think one thing that Sara mentioned which is key, was website. And I think one of the things that at DHL we do really well is we really try to understand the customer and the industry that they work in and their competitors. And we walk in with that knowledge to basically empower, act as advisors, to really help the SMEs, expand really smoothly from that local to the global. So we're really acting as advisors and bringing insight to the table, walking through the website with them, and really helping that expansion journey a lot more.
And can I add, and I do want to just put it out there, because what I do love about DHL is the ability that it doesn't matter if I've got one small order or a kind of a big container. It doesn't matter what size, you can cope with any one of those. So for those people that it is going to be starting to kind of send their products outside, even the smallest of products is quite easy for you to do. And it's brilliant for somebody to grow their business, because it doesn't need to be a big sizable amount to start with. It can be the smallest of products.
Yeah, that's very true. So, we, as you mentioned, there's very diverse, shipments that we take into our network, and we're ready to work with all types of SMEs.
Now, I'm going to come back to you now. Let me just move this from my screen. Valeria, is it social media? You touched on it briefly. How important it is to you as being one of those sectors that you've got to concentrate on? Yes, we're talking about logistics today, but if you don't have all those sections working properly, social media seems to be such a big thing right now, and it helps businesses grow. Can you tell us about your growth within that social media market?
Yes, absolutely. Social media was what put me in the map, let's say, in Qatar. Mind that when I started in 2016 here in Qatar, online shopping was not super trusted yet, and I did face some challenges at the beginning for people to trust that the products were of a great quality, and also knowing that I was just 16, there was some sort of maybe credibility issues from one side, but from the other side, there was a lot of curiosity. So just being able to be consistent and persistent with my story and with increasing the quality of my products, that's what really helped me. And showcasing that on social media was, of course, the key to make people trust us. So as I already mentioned, I definitely recommend for any business to take seriously their presence on social media, because as humans as well, we get infatuated with the aesthetic first, right? As a natural response. So social media is that window to what something can be just by looking at the aesthetic, and then by diving deeper into the social media channel, the videos, the founder story, you get to trust more and more, or see that it's not for you. So it was definitely of a huge impact.
And as you said, there's all those elements that you need to consider. Social media is one of those that you've just got the power of the global marketplace, right? That's the key to this.
Yes, so exactly. Yes, if so, your social media channel can be amazing, can be thriving, but having the website, as Sara mentioned as well, is extremely important. And then I feel like as a business owner, you have to have a 360-degree vision of also putting yourself in the customer's place, saying, okay, I'm gonna find this amazing product on Instagram, then I'm gonna click on the website, and then you expect also the same level of quality and consistency, both aesthetically and factual, for the product throughout the whole experience. So after Instagram, there is the website, and then when you click cart, you expect also that the product hopefully would be available in your country. Otherwise, then it becomes like a little bit of a bummer, right? So being able to also be globally available is what ties in the whole customer experience from A to Z to make sure to make the customer happy if they're not in your same country.
And that goes when you've got a logistics partner that you don't have to worry about that anymore. Makes a hell of a difference. It's got to make a hell of a difference.
Yes, absolutely, especially when you are a small business. I have one dedicated person that is our general manager, that she takes care of the logistics side. I personally don't. And it is easier than the past, but it's still a lot of work, especially when we go viral. In the past week, we have done almost 100 shipments, and it is automatic, but at the same time also gives some manual work. So the most important part is that we're able to make that efficient and to be able to sustain the amount, the quantity in a good way.
I suppose the last thing you want to do is have somebody calling, a string of calls coming in to say, where's my product? Where's my product? Where's my product? I suppose it's and that's another one of those attributes that DHL has, is that you can track these things all at exactly where it is. So your customer service goes to a whole nother level too.
Yes, the customers feel safe when you give them the tracking number. They feel much more calm, and I bet anyone present here, we make some online shopping, and we just track the number, and we feel much better about it, knowing that it's coming. So this is something really good that happens with the career like a DHL.
Sara, we're coming to you, and I do love your story about the 4 years. It's sticking in my mind right now. But how is you talked about the kind of website and those type of things. The social media for you, how has that developed over the years? And is it the biggest, strongest part of your business? Obviously the product is, but getting that product out there must be really important too.
Yeah, the social media is very important. I got 80% of my customer who come to the shop from the Instagram. يعني I have to make a great photo shoot. I have to promote myself on Instagram itself, or I tried many of bloggers here in Doha to make for me marketing. And I tried a lot of marketing ways. Actually, I tried even to do some content marketing. I tried them all actually, but it's very important to keep updated with the social media to know. I tried TikTok, but I feel like I don't know how to use the TikTok, but I tried hard how to make it TikTok videos. Before, when I started the business, TikTok wasn't there, so I don't know how the still and social media and Instagram followers are different than TikTok followers. I have to follow here and follow here, and it's helped a lot for the business nowadays. Without a social media, I think for nowadays no one can grow as if they have the social media strong also.
And I'm going to move on now. Nada, I'm sorry to be leaving you out in this next question, but what I want to do is I want to really come, because we're talking about logistics today and how to go from local to global, is what has been your experience when you first started off? Did you always go with DHL, or did you have other experiences that you had and you had to go through to get to this stage? Because I know with myself, to expand and to put my products into other countries was very difficult. How was it for you guys? And if I come to you, Valeria, first.
Sorry, I was drinking.
No.
Of course, we have tried other careers. I mean, as I started when I was 16, I am 24 now, so almost like 8 years of working in this business. But I just finally finished university in May, and that's when I became full-time on the business, and it got that exponential growth that I was working on through my studies. So in these past years, we have tried various, and of course, the number one choice that maybe someone could make is the cost, is the price, how much my customer is going to have to pay, or how much am I going to pay for the shipping, import, export. But actually, there's so much more than that. The reliability, the consistent of the company in supporting you with different challenges, the being able to listen to your problems and trying to find a solution together. This is what, to be honest, at the end, made us really trust in DHL. In all honesty, because we also import from China, other careers work well for different options in terms of like for different what's it called, choices of bringing the products in the terms that maybe I don't need a fast shipping for this product. It can take much longer. I don't mind waiting, so I can pay less and I will go for another courier. But with DHL, I overall find all the solutions that I need in the business. And what I really like the most is this sort of community that we don't feel alone. You know, maybe other careers will just disappear or not reply, but I feel like we've been getting very good response with DHL throughout any challenge that we were facing.
Massive points that you said, and I can't agree with you more about the community. You become part of, I'd say community. I think it's more of a family. You're all there in it together, and that's what I do like about DHL. Sara, what's your experiences with other suppliers, and how has it affected you over those years?
You mean for the shipping?
Yes, your journey with shipping, was it always easy?
Yeah, it was always easy, because actually for me, before I started with DHL, I love to receive items from DHL before I started the business, because I tried so many companies when I order from any website or any business online. I mention also, if you can deliver by DHL, it's better, because I don't have to have a headache. Oh, where is my shipment? And that's it. So I directly go to DHL when I got the good rate, because the cost is also important for my customers. I didn't think a lot. I directly go with DHL, and I don't have even my customer don't have to ask me about the tracking number. Still no one asking me for the tracking number, because for GCC the day after they will got their shipment. So it's more easier for me to deal with only DHL.
I agree. I
Service, when I tried to call, I first called MENA for making me the account. They how I say it, it was so easy to understand, and having the Excel sheet of the rate and everything. Then I just called the IT for DHL to talk with my the guy who make for me the website. They deal with each other. I just relax, and then I started the business online.
I agree. I remember sending something Netherlands, and it was sent one day, and the client was saying, "Oh, tell me when it's arriving." And I said, it was so good, because I could go back to her within 10 minutes and say, "Oh, your secretary's already signed for it." So it does give, and it gives you great credibility as a business too, right? To make sure that this is one of the elements that you can just completely forget about and let them make you look good. Nada.
Yeah.
Listening
Sorry.
to all of this. Sorry.
I would like to add one point on credibility that just came to my mind. In fact, on our website, we don't have it written express delivery, but we have DHL Express. And that showcases how much credibility also we believe that it gives to our customers to choose a courier such as DHL. And every time they ask us, okay, which how is the shipping? And we're saying, you will get the express delivery with DHL Express, and they're really happy all the time. So another point to credibility.
Perfect. Nada, this is fantastic listening to this, right? For you guys. This
Definitely.
is amazing. So how do you keep pushing? How do you keep, and for everybody that's on the call right now, there is no parcel small enough, and there's no parcel big enough, right? You can help all different types of businesses. All they've got to do is make a call to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to hear all the testimonials from Valeria or Sara, and I think what sticks out is that reliability, that seamless interaction with DHL, the ease of use, the speed, and that all builds trust with our SMEs. And Sara mentioned, I'd rather have it shipped with DHL. So it all goes back to the quality. Once you build trust and you maintain that quality, then it's great foundation for a relationship with the SME. So it's great to hear directly from our customers.
And they're telling me now that after this seminar, we're going to put it out there, is that we're going to have an open day here in Qatar where everybody that's on this seminar right now is going to have an open day, so that they can come and visit and see exactly how they can help your business grow. And I think that's testament to yourselves, especially with what you're doing. You guys are doing. It's fantastic. If I can go back to you, Sara and Valeria, right now, is it that I'll go with you first, Valeria. What is it, those key points that you've learned over this period of time being a small and medium enterprise with growing?
I think the number one is to be transparent and show up for the customer. That was really helpful for me to be trusted, especially because we are online businesses. The community on social media wants to feel this trust and being connected with your story, feeling that they are part of your growth as well. So also being grateful and thankful for the community online, and making it, as you mentioned, part of a family and as a community is very important. So as we continue to grow, what we really focus on is to keep building the community, because then the sales will come. But the most important is that we make our potential customers, followers, friends feel part of something that we are building with the love and passion, and especially with transparency and with the sense of community.
And with you, Sara, what is the key lesson that you've learned with your journey?
On my journey, I learned that I have to try. Yani, I was afraid of doing something, but when I tried it, I learned from what I tried. Yani, don't just listen to any advice. Like, I heard a lot about advice. I listen a lot of podcasts, but if I'm not in it's not in real. Yani, nothing is like as you will try it. You test the market. You try to do it. Then you will know if you will continue on this business, or you will just stop, or you will grow.
And it's down to persistency and consistency.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to open it up. What we want from you guys is we want a load of questions. Okay, so whatever questions you got, it's enough from me. Tell it, give us a sign, or reach out and give us a message to say what questions you'd like to be answered. And while we're going to get some questions coming in, thank you for coming to join us today with this. And it's become a very special webinar. I've loved the advice you give, and I love that thing about just go out and do it. You never know. I remember, Valeria, when I first came to Qatar 16 years ago, I had a very special e-commerce website back. We used to sell tickets, and I thought I was going to come to Qatar, and it was all my birthdays were going to come at once. And I thought, I'm going to take the marketplace, but nobody was going to put their credit card into the internet. And it may have been the right time for us back in the UK, but actually it wasn't the right time here. And congratulations to you for sticking with it and building that business when it was a tough area. Have we got any questions? No questions? Come on, guys, don't let me down now. Is there any questions out there that we've got? Is any questions whatsoever? We're getting here, and we're just getting some of the messages, inspiring stories. There's 2 love hearts. Fantastic. It is been inspiring stories. And you've got to believe, right? This is all about believing. But the one thing that I would say is that business isn't easy. You soon realize that you've got 5 or 6 key points to your business that you've got to fulfill. And sometimes we want to go back to our comfort zone. We're just doing from an operational perspective. And then we miss those other points, social media. We miss those points from a technology perspective, getting the right website. And then we miss the thing about logistics. Just getting your business where you can do something and you can just forget about it. You let other professionals get on with it, and you provide that same service, like Valeria said, is making sure that you can give that transparency, making sure that you can focus on that product so that they're going to get the best possible service and the best possible product that they possibly can. So these are the bits of advice. Here we go. Thank you so much, Omar. How important is persistence in your business journey? How important is it to stay persistent? Valeria, we'll start with you again.
Yes. As I mentioned also in one of the replies to your questions, you have to persist and being consistent always with your customers, but especially with your business ethic. I mean, I was, let's say, my boss, my own boss since I was 16, although my mom is the real boss always anyway. And I basically had to learn how to truly motivate myself at all times, even if I was doing high school exams or university thesis, even if someone very close to me would tell me, you know what, just focus on your studies. I I did not listen. I graduated with 4.0 GPA anyway from my university, and still running quite a successful business. So if you truly believe it, if you feel like something inside of you that you have to follow, just stick to it. That is the persistency, and be consistent for yourself. And of course, not only in business, but in our personal lives too is very important.
How much do you love what you do?
I measure it by waking up every morning wanting to do my job. So I feel like that is the highest form of passion that I can find, and I'm always surprised. It's nothing boring. That's why I love having my business.
Sara, what's the important? I'll read the question. How important is persistence in your business journey?
Yeah, can you explain the question more, please?
How important is persistence, keeping going? How important over the years has it been to you to just make sure you turn up every day, that you're persistent and you believe in that dream?
Yeah, for me, it was a very important to continue because I was having a contract for the rent. Because I started with a shop directly. I go like this. I didn't start like on social media only. I started first to open a shop, to having an employee. So I forced to continue because I have a contract. I have employee under me. I have tailors. I have sales lady. So I have to pay for them for their salary, for the rent. So I didn't want to start as a social media because I know myself, if I keep only rely on social media without having a store, I know I will stop. But this contract made me continue.
Fantastic. And we're glad you did continue.
Yes.
We've got Noor, thank you so much for asking another question. What would you say is the most difficult aspect of growing an online business in Qatar? I'll let you go. Yeah, please.
For me, for example, because I'm Italian and now I've been living in Qatar for 10 years, but as an expat opening a business in Qatar, the number one difficulty for me was the language, not being able to really express my feelings or my the story behind the brand 100% to those that may live here in Qatar and don't speak English very well, or they're more focused on Arabic. So with the language comes also the mindset and the way people can perceive your business. So then the number one difficulty was to really change my Italian mindset a little bit and try to understand more the market, how people operate here, and use that for my advantage to really reach who lives here in Qatar. And that has happened both online and offline, of course. So really understanding the audience, even if it's different from you, completely from a different country, was very useful to overcome.
Sara, I'm definitely going to give you that question again. What was the difficult aspect of growing an online business for you? Because it's going to be completely different to Valeria.
Yeah, I didn't face any struggle too much to grow on social media because I tried many marketing tools. I tried, first of all, I tried bloggers, but nowadays bloggers are not so no one is like if I make with a blogger, I just for to make the people hear the brand, but there is no sales from the bloggers. Now it's very important to keep promoting on Instagram. Like I do promote the Instagram every month. I make like for 2 weeks I promote every month. So I got, it's very important from the social media. It's like, as I said before, 80% of my customers are coming from social media.
That's really big and powerful. That's huge. I've got they're showing me their wristwatch to tell me that I'm going over. Nada, I've left you in the sideline. There is a question for Christine, which we're going to ask one more question before we all go. And it says, what advice would you give a young entrepreneur?
Thanks, Steve. So I think just, to be really quick on that one, I think what's important is to have grit and that can-do attitude. And to add to that, I think it's really important to have the right partners when you're starting your journey. Just as Valeria mentioned, that right support. So finding those partners that can actually support you through that journey.
And with that, I wish we were in person, because I would ask for a big round of applause right now for our people, our experts here, Nada, Valeria, and Sara. Thank you so much for giving your insights. I can see with the questions and with the comments that people are making, they've loved your story. And logistics is a really important one, because if you do want to take that business to another level, sometimes having that right logistic partner that can give you all that information that can help you grow is just so important. Everybody, thanks for joining us today. Thank you very much for everybody joining us, and thanks for our panel today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. Thank you.